publishing is changing. The research evaluation is changing for reasons that are not within the publishing and journals, but also for the reasons that are quite related to the research community and academic community in general. Institutions are moving away from only focusing on, for example, number of papers published in high impact factor journals. Funders are also giving more attention to researchers' collaboration, contribution to society. So the focus on only publishing and the old anecdote, publish or perish, is slightly shifting. At the same time, technology is moving ahead. Since November last year, we have ChatGPT in the library of tools available. These parameters that I mentioned are changing the publishing landscape as well. As such, all publishers and associations are thinking, how can we improve our services, our tools? So we do use technologies like machine learning for offering editors the most willing and matching reviewers to the manuscript at hand. And we try to also communicate about the usage of the tool, about the implementations of new features on the tool, addition of the signals on the tool. And also, we are doing our due diligence to make these tools, as I mentioned, less biased, because obviously the Scopus dataset, for example, that we at Elsevier are using for matching manuscripts against reviewers is based on researchers' publication. Another technology that we use is enabling our data sets and the entire body of the peer-reviewed data that we collect across more than 2,000 journals Elsevier publishes, available for running research on peer review. And that's not easy. In order to make that happen, we have to harmonize the data, we have to anonymize the data, we have to remove the edge cases. And this is all now, since last year, available on a safe space, if you wish, in calculation terms, so that researchers could submit their proposals and run their analysis in that space, which is available on ICSR Lab. And that's again another way of using technology to enable research on fields and topics which historically have not been made available, because the data of the journal peer review evaluation is considered as proprietary. So it's really hard for researchers to actually run their hypothesis on the data. And that's how Elsevier is leading the way in promoting research on research and research on peer review. I think Elsevier can leverage on the data and analytics possibilities available in the company to make sure that when the tools we are offering to researchers in terms of the submission system, the process of the peer review itself gets more user-friendly, more supportive, in the sense that researchers could be prompted on specific parts of the manuscript that is maybe in the need of improvement. Example is what we did last year in terms of structured peer review, where we are prompting researchers to address specific aspects of the manuscript. So taking that to next level using technology, we would love to see a more diverse group of researchers joining the peer review process. One, through making it easy for editors to find willing reviewers, and two, making it easy for reviewers to get engaged with journal peer review process and have clear guidance on what the journal wants from them, and support them through the process to provide a very constructive and high quality peer review process to authors and researchers who submit their papers to our journals. I think one of the reasons researchers are feeling the burden of peer review is that they might not necessarily see the tangible reward out of it. I think journals definitely can play a role in that by recognizing the reviewers in a regular basis, giving them the kind of a credit that could count in their evaluation mechanisms. And I think Elsevier can play a very big role in there through connecting the information that we already have, for example, through Scopus from the people publication, academics publication history to their peer review history, and maybe through sharing with the institutions and funders, we could basically add a new dimension into researcher evaluation processes and make it more tangible as part of researcher academic and researcher scientific output. In that sense, the voluntary task becomes creditable, and then researchers would feel that they are recognized not only by journals but also by their institutions for the time, voluntary time that they provide to journals, which is at the cost of their family and community time.